Welcome back to Success Made Simple. In the previous video, I talked about identity, what identity is, why identity is so important to your success, and how to create an identity for yourself that leads you to success. If you haven't watched that video, I highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out and you watch it through until the end, because not understanding how identity plays a role in your overall success is detrimental. You cannot achieve success if you don't have the proper identity. So check that video out. Then once you do, welcome to this one. So in this video, what I want to share with you is, whoops, I keep doing that with my pen. Essentially, the three fundamental keys to success. And this is more practical stuff. So these are the three things that you won't simply do in order to achieve success, but they're necessary in order to achieve success. They're things that are kind of just built in the path of achieving success. So I've talked about this in a lot of different videos, so I'm not going to linger too much on these three things in this video. If you want to go deeper into these three things I'm going to share with you, there's another video series I put out called 7 Steps to Success. I go much deeper into these three concepts in those videos, but just kind of give an overview. The three things you need to become successful, you have to face these at some point, is grit, consistency, and iteration. Now, the reason why I say you're going to need these is because, as you can probably tell, if you understand what these words mean, as you can probably tell, these are not things that you simply do. These are simply traits that you have or that you have to kind of go through over a long process. And I'm going to kind of get into each of these three, just a general, I guess, summary of what these three things mean. But when it comes to grit, what exactly is grit? Grit is simply failing and not giving up. Whatever your goals are, no matter what, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. If you encounter a goal that you don't fail, if you don't fail at all in your journey to achieve that goal, it probably wasn't a good goal, right? If your goal is to walk down the street, you're not going to fail, but it's not really a worthy goal. It's not a worthy goal because it's something you know you can already do. And if you already know you can do it, then why is it a goal? Does that make sense? So if you're trying to do something brand new that you've never done before, that'll take you to like that next higher level of your life, you probably don't know the exact steps to get there. And you're probably going to mess up along the way. So you need grit because you will most likely fail. The problem is that a lot of people, when they fail, they give up. This is similar to the person, for example, who starts a fitness goal. It's January 1st. New Year's resolutions, they have a goal of losing 10 pounds of body fat. They want to get in better shape. They want to have a beach body. They want to tone up. They work out for about a month. The workouts don't go the way they plan. They don't lose weight as quickly as they intend on losing weight. Maybe they get hurt along the way. Maybe their routine's not that great, or maybe they just miss a few workouts. What do? By February 1st, they've given up. And they spend the entire year not achieving their goal. Or another way to put it, they spend the entire year sacrificing success, right? It's because they don't have grit. They're not able to fail, recognize they failed, and instead of just giving up, getting back on the wagon, so to speak, and just continuing. That's what grit is. So you need to have grit no matter what your goal is. If you want to achieve success, no matter what success looks like to you, you must have grit. That's number one. Number two, consistency. The things you want will not happen overnight. They do take time. Again, any goal worth pursuing is not something that you're going to get quickly. It's something that will take time. Now, two people can have the same goals and achieve the goals in different time spans, right? If your goal, for example, let's use fitness for these, because fitness is a pretty simple thing to kind of at least comprehend and understand. If you're someone who wants to lose 10 pounds, you might take assuming you have a good diet, assuming you have good training, it might take you 6 months to lose 10 pounds. It might take your friend 2 months. Difference. The result's the same. The time span's different. Either way, you got to be consistent to get there. And I think what a lot of people do when it comes to consistency, what I've recognized in people is that there's probably more ways, but 2 ways that come to mind, 2 of the most common things that I've seen when it comes to people not being consistent. It's typically because they don't know how long something will take. And so they set unrealistic expectations. And I think as a result, and this is kind of number 2, but I guess you can kind of combine them together, they become impatient. But I really think what it kind of boils down to is they just don't know how long something should take. So I think when it comes to being consistent, part of it, in my opinion, is simply setting good expectations on the front end. Know that it might take you a while to get the things you want, and it'll help you do things for as long as it takes. You're someone who wants to lose 10 pounds. It's probably not going to happen in a month. It's probably not going to happen in 2 months. Even if you saw someone else achieve it in 2 months, it might not take you 2 months. So manage your expectations appropriately and understand that you need to be consistent in whatever it is you're trying to achieve in order to achieve that thing. You're going to need to do it for a very long period of time, and along the way, you're going to fail. So you need to have grit and consistency. Now, the final thing, iteration. What is iteration? Iteration is simply the ability to course correct. It's understanding that you probably don't have the answers, all of the answers, to get to the goal that you desire. And on the journey to achieving that goal, you're probably going to need to do some little micro pivots or make some micro changes consistently over a long period of time to get there. You're trying to lose 10 pounds. You're brand new at this. You've never lost 10 pounds before, so you have no idea how long it'll take. You have a personal trainer. Your personal trainer helps you to never give up. That's what an accountability partner does. They help you to not give up. Your personal trainer also says, based on maybe your height, based on your experience, it might take you 9 months. So your trainer helps you manage your expectations. Now, the trainer is also probably going to help you iterate. You try paleo. You're trying to lose 10 pounds. You're trying paleo. What happens? Paleo just does not seem to work very well for you. You're not losing any weight. So you try something else. You try a vegetarian diet or you go vegan. It doesn't work either. Cool. Your trainer says, don't give up. Stay consistent. Still got 9 months ago. Maybe next week you try, I don't know, some other brand new diet. You try all carbs. It doesn't work. Eventually, when you keep trying these different diets, you find a diet that's more flexible for you and it begins to work. And you start to see results. You start to lose weight. That's what it means to iterate. You're going to be trying on the journey to get to your destination. You're going to be trying different things. These are you trying different things. Some things will fail. Some things won't work the way you expect it to. Some things will work partially. And over time, as you take the data from these failures or from these slight wins, you eventually find the thing that works the best for you. And once you do, you keep doing it until you reach your destination. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a business. Sometimes when people start a business, not sometimes, probably all the time when people start a business, they probably don't know it works. If they knew it worked, it would already be working, right? So what do? You try something and maybe you see no progress. Cool. You try something else. Maybe you see no progress. You see no results. Cool. You try something else. Maybe you see some progress. You see some results. Okay, we've got something. You keep doing that thing more and more, and maybe you start to see more and more progress until eventually you stop getting progress. It's called law of diminishing returns. There's some things at some point that will no longer give you the same results that it used to. Perfectly fine. You tweak it a little bit. Maybe you take some of the old stuff that you think might still work and you start doing this brand new thing. It starts to work again. You start to see more progress. It starts to go up and up. Oh, then it goes flat. So you tweak and you do something else. You take some of the old stuff that doesn't work, you drop some of the stuff that maybe isn't working as well. It might go down a little bit, but you start adding new things and it works. And eventually, whatever your goal is, you reach it, or at least you start to see progress and you start to see results toward the thing you want. That's what iteration is. It's constant course correcting for you to get from point A, wherever you start, to point Z, wherever you want to be. You're always improving. You're always changing. You're always switching things up to get from where you started to where you want to go. Make sense? So, like I said, in this video, I didn't want to harp on these things too much because they're good things to keep in mind on the path to whatever your goal is, whatever you want to call success. It's good to keep these things in mind because a lot of people don't know that these are fundamental to success, no matter what your goal is. And knowing that these things exist will help you make better decisions as you start to pursue your goal. If you're pursuing a goal, let's just say, for example, you're watching this, you want to start a business, since we were just talking about business, you're probably not going to make the amount of money that you want to make right away. Cool. Don't fail, or don't give up. You're going to fail. Don't give up. Keep trying it. Don't give up on the business to try a brand new business. Keep trying with that same business until you're sure that that business cannot work, no matter what, under any circumstance. That's what grit is. Don't give up. You're trying the business and you're not giving up. You've listened to Leviticus. Okay, cool. Be consistent. You want to make some money and you thought you'd make money on the first day of launching your business. It might take you a bit. You thought you might make money on the first week of launching your business. It might take you a bit. You thought you might make money on the first year of launching your business. It might take you a little bit. Be consistent. Don't give up. You started to get leads. You started to get traffic. You haven't made money yet, but you've been making progress. Keep iterating. What have you been doing that's been working to get you more traffic and more leads? Do the things that have been working and maybe introduce something brand new that could work a little bit better or that could supplement the things you've already been doing. This new thing you added, you start to see less leads and less traffic. Okay, stop doing that. Iteration, stop doing it. Cool. Now you're back to where you were before. Perfect. Let's try this brand new thing. Let's introduce something brand new. You start doing YouTube videos on top of whatever it is you were doing before. I'm getting more traffic. I'm getting more leads. Keep doing that. Maybe do extra YouTube videos. Maybe bump up the volume, bump up the quality, bump up the editing, bump up the audio quality, bump up the setting. Keep adding more things. Tweak it. Okay, cool. The YouTube videos are working even better. Okay, so we know that this thing that you were doing before and the YouTube videos work and they lead to you getting more traffic. Hey, guess what? Now that you've been getting so much more traffic and you've been getting so many more leads, you have a client. And guess what? You finally made your first $1. Nice. Okay. Iteration. Keep doing the things that were working until they stop working. Do these 3 things and you'll get to your goal. And again, this applies to everything. It's not just about business. If it's health, if you want to get in better shape, these things all apply. I already mentioned to you, you're trying to lose weight. You're probably not going to lose weight overnight. You got to be consistent. You're probably going to mess up. You're probably going to mess up your routine. You're probably going to miss some workouts. Don't give up. Don't assume that that's a complete loss. It's a slight failure, but it's not a complete loss. Iteration. Maybe your workout does work for the first few months and your body adapts to it. Iteration. Switch up the workout routine. Try something brand new. Introduce a new workout. Maybe do some, and this is terminology for people who are more into bodybuilding, do some drop sets, do some supersets, do some extra cardio. Do you get my point? So this applies to everything that you're trying to achieve in life. Any goal that you can come up with, this is a necessity to achieving that goal. And anyone that you've seen that's successful has done and has been through these 3 things. That's why I say it's not something that you can really do. It's just something that you can be aware of and that you'll experience no matter what, or you won't experience it. If you don't want to be successful, you won't experience these things. But it helps to know that these things exist because on your path to getting wherever you want to go, you can always stop and say to yourself, oh, I was about to fail. Leviticus said, don't fail. Lesson 1, have grit. I was about to give up. Don't give up. Cool. Oh, I've been trying this brand new thing, but I've only been doing it for 2 months. I feel like it might not be working. I got to be more consistent. He told Leviticus said, be consistent. Let me be a little bit more consistent and see if it works out. Oh, I've been seeing a little bit of progress, but not as much as I want. Let me be a little bit more consistent and also let me tweak something. Iteration. Make sense? And if you don't believe me, pick any person that you can think of that's successful. And I guarantee they've done all 3 of these things. I guarantee it. If you find someone who has not done all three of these things and has had long-term success, come find me. I'll give you money because it doesn't exist. They've done all three of these things. Someone's going to say, oh, I met some lottery winner that didn't do all three of these things. If your goal is to become a lottery winner, that's not a real goal because you can't work toward becoming a lottery winner. This is pure luck. And a lot of lottery winners lose their money anyway after they win the lottery. So is that the goal you want, to win money one day at random that you didn't pick and that you didn't earn just so you can lose it? That's your goal, and that's a cool goal. But I wouldn't call those people successful. So they don't fall underneath this spectrum of steps required to achieve success, right? Find someone who's successful. They've done all three of these things. It's impossible to not do these things to get success. But hope this helps. Hope this made sense. After this, there's one more module. And in that final module, these are more active things that you will do on the path to success. This is a framework that we teach at Productivity Accelerator. And this is what we recommend you do if you want to fast track your way to whatever it is your goals are and whatever success looks like for you. It's called 3P method. And I'll share that with you in the next video. But until then, peace out. Bye.